Hello and welcome back for the AI Week in Review. Today is October the 22nd, and we've got a couple of interesting stories for you today, both of them relating in one way or another to the general topic of artwork. Well, I don't know if we're going to call this artwork, but images. Maybe we can call it relating to images. This came out yesterday. Yesterday in BBC, it was reported that Google's latest smartphones were released, the Pixel 8 and also the Pixel 8 Pro, which are now using AI to help alter people's expressions in photographs. These new phones can look through all the photos, the different takes that you did of a particular group shot, and pull out the best expressions from each of the photos and mix and match them together into one best possible photo. They call that Best Take is the name of that capability. Let's take a look at that in action, shall we? So here we have a starting set of images. The fellow on the right, who is describing himself, I think, on his shirt as being an animal or something of that nature, is, a little bit sobering. The one on the left is seemingly quite unhappy. Let's improve him. Hey! Happy smile. No need to work on the middle guy. Yay! So, before, after. Before, after. Haha. So, there. That is that capability. And the next thing that we can say, of course, is that the device also lets users erase, move, or resize unwanted elements in a photo from people or buildings, and then it'll fill in the space behind. And that feature is called the Magic Editor. Let's take a look at that one, shall we? So here we have a before image with these. Maybe somebody wanted to remove these posts from the picture. I don't know. They don't seem like a big problem to me, but maybe somebody wanted it to look like it was more, elegant. Look at that. It filled in right behind there. It imagined what the plants would look like. Similar here. Oh, very realistic. Interesting, this little white space there in between these two buildings that got filled in. Is it really there? I don't know. But anyway, that's how that feature looks and works. Pretty interesting, hey? So, needless to say, it's using artificial intelligence to fill in the gaps by analyzing the surrounding pixels that it can see, and then it's trained by, millions of other photos. And by the way, this feature or capability in regard to Pixel 8 Pro apparently can be applied on existing photos in a Google Photos library. It doesn't have to be done on the phone at that moment. It can be done after the fact. So now, with that having been said, let's return to that first photo. And, I can assure you that my mother would like this feature very much. But some have argued that this kind of capability starts us down a slippery slope that leads to oblivion. And as the debate rages on, I thought it would be interesting to hear what AI has to say for itself. So let's create a custom program and ask AI what lesson or takeaway might be found in all of this after analyzing the pictures before and after, shall we? Let's press enter. The answer comes back. It appears that AI is capable of causing people to become happier than before. Okay, I'm glad to know that we've now gotten an unbiased opinion straight from the horse's mouth. Our next story comes from Southern California, and it's about an art exhibition. As you can see the title here, AI, MI, artificial intelligence, what? It's an art exhibit, and it's taking place in Sacramento, California at the Crocker Art Museum. It's launching today, and the prospectus describes this as an exhibition that challenges audiences to consider the role of artificial intelligence in the future of art and in daily life. So who is featured here is an artist by the name of Alexander Reben, who's kind of a well-known personality who's stood for some time now at the crossroads between art and AI in what he calls the human-machine symbiosis. The exhibition includes such pieces as Dreams of the Cheese-Faced Gentleman, which started as a prompt in a language model to describe a painting composition to produce an image. Then he gets the image, he sends it to a painting workshop for an artist to paint by hand. And then that ends up being the final result. So what the exhibition shows is the generative AI prompt, the AI-generated result, and then the final painting all side by side. Now, you can see, I think, how this starts to blur the lines a little bit in this situation. Let's take another example where we can see the blurred lines even more clearly. So here's an image, also conceptualized by Alexander Reben using AI, that was brought to life in physical media by a certain Isabelleid Uferbrecht. And it has this I as the title of the piece. So, interesting, hey? Also in this exhibition there's an interactive part where visitors themselves can generate their own prompts and generate art, see how it turns out. And there will also be a robot there that draws AI-generated sketches using pen and paper. One last point. You know, you can see some of the stuff is like what we've seen in galleries, but it can be said that generative AI can produce amazing art. Let's take a look at this one here. This is kind of a celebrated piece because it's a painting that was originally created in Midjourney, one of these image generation softwares, using text prompts and artificial intelligence. And then the artist brought this to a local shop, printed the image on canvas, and submitted it to judges in an art competition. He titled this painting Théâtre d'Opéra Spatial. And this was a somewhat famous example because it won a Blue Ribbon First Place Award in September of last year at the Colorado State Fair, making it one of the first AI-generated pieces to win such a prize, which, as you might imagine, generated serious angst and unhappiness of various sorts among more traditional artists. Well, change happens. You may recall, for example, that the famous 19th century French poet and critic Charles Baudelaire once called photography the most mortal enemy of art. Imagine what he would say about this. Well, those were some of the top topics from this last week. I hope you enjoyed it, and looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you very much. Bye for now.